Please join me in a warm welcome for Dion Dawson.
Oh man, good morning everybody. I'm gonna try my best to not bore you, but if you do get bored, then you all have to blame Alan because Alan suggested me. So that's Alan right over there. We're gonna do a fireside chat in a little bit. I want to begin with a psychological concept called the Dunning-Kruger effect. It describes a simple but dangerous phenomenon. The less we know about a subject, the more confident we tend to be that we understand it. Ignorance creates certainty. Experts know the edges of their knowledge. Novices often believe they see the whole map. Now, that might sound like a strange place to begin a conversation about food security, but I believe the Dunning-Kruger effect explains more about our food system than most policy papers will. Because when it comes to hunger, food access, and food equity, we have something extraordinary. We have a system where confidence is abundant. Reports are written, panels are convened, programs are funded, press releases are issued, and yet despite all of that certainty, millions of Americans still struggle to reliably access nutritious food. So I want to propose something. It's going to be a little uncomfortable. Food insecurity is not a mystery. It is not an unsolvable riddle. It is not a puzzle whose pieces we cannot find. Food security is an open book test, and we keep failing at it. We have to look at this lens at which we view hunger and how we recognize and ultimately land on something important. The future of food security will not be built by any one institution. It will be built by networks of people who understand something powerful but simple. Coordination, not confidence, is what ultimately will feed communities. And if we can embrace that truth, we will stop failing this open book test. And we will finally begin to pass it. At this time, Alan, I'd love for you to come up and have a little discussion. Thank you. I think we know, but we don't.
Well,
And then how do we know that we don't take responsibility?
yeah,
So, brother.
yeah, always good to see
Oh,
you.
yeah, you know I'm nothing but an email or call around.
That's right.
You let me know if you need me. I'm just trying to keep the level of activity up at least, but it's a bloodbath.
To how your model operates.
Absolutely.
Well, what inspired you to create it? And the time that I know you and know Dion's Chicago Dream,
Yep.
you've grown quite a bit.
Yes.
So can you talk a little bit about those three things?
Absolutely. So a little bit about Dion Chicago Dream. We started in 2020 after I borrowed $20 from my mom, and I was a homeless Navy veteran living in my car going to DePaul. And I'm working overnights at Amazon, and a Gen Zer, so you are an aggressive lot, said, hey, what are you doing for Juneteenth in 2020? And I don't know if any of you all have ever been accosted by somebody and encouraged to do something you don't want to do and try to lie to them, but I did. I said, oh, I'm doing something. I had no plan. And he pushed me. He said, no, what are you doing? And so without thinking, I said, gonna feed 100 families. Again, at this point, I was broke. So I don't know how I was gonna feed 100 families, but thankfully I said it out loud and made it real. Ended up starting a GoFundMe, and we were successful, raised a couple of grand, and on July 3rd of 2020, we fed about 96 families during the pandemic. And that was the catalyst for me finding my life's work. And since July 3rd of 2020 to now, we went from me just not knowing anything to being one of the country's top 30 or 40 experts in food as medicine.